Welcome you all in your own YouTube channel of Skill Rachna Institute of Technology for the basic and conceptual knowledge about the construction industry. In this video, we are going to learn the design of one-way slab. So I'm going to start with the plan. So design the slab S1 for the dormitory room. I'm talking about this room which we are going to do the design for. Now let's take the room and write down the basic details about the room. So the room length is 7.2 meter. Room width is 3.5 meter. It has been supported on all the four sides with a beam width of 230 mm. Concrete grade is M20 and steel grade is FE 500. So before going for a design, we should check which kind of a slab it is. For doing the same, we will divide length upon width. That is, we are getting a value of 2.05, which is greater than 2. And thus we are going to design one-way slab. The first step is calculate the minimum depth, that is calculation of overall depth by deflection method. The formula for calculation of overall depth equals to shorter span upon 25. So shorter span is 3500 divided by 25. I'm getting a value of 140 mm. Next step is calculation of effective depth. The formula is DO minus clear cover minus half of the dia of the bar. So DO, which we have already calculated, that is 140 mm. Clear cover, in this case I'm going to take as a 15 mm for slab, and dia of the bar I'm going to consider as a 10 mm. Putting the values into the formula, I'm going to get 120 mm. Let's calculate the effective span. For if calculating the effective span, we are having two conditions. For better understanding, I will take a reference of the same plan. So we are having a room. So the first condition says A condition, that says distance between, just let me take a highlighter. So center to center between the support. So I'm going to take the half from this support, from this beam till the half of this beam. So the total distance between them, that becomes center to center between the support. So the value will be half of the width of the beam, that is 115 mm, plus clear span, that is 3500, plus half of the width of the beam, that is 115. So value becomes 3.730 meter. The second condition is clear span plus effective depth. So that is equals to clear span plus effective depth, which we already calculated. So value becomes 3.63620. So we need to select the least of the following. That is very important. So least is 3.620 meter. Now let's calculate the load, in which we are going to calculate the total load and the desired load. For designing of a slab, we are having a different types of a load. The first is the self weight of the slab. So we are going to calculate the self weight by multiplying the width and the overall depth. So overall depth, which we already calculated, that was 140 mm. So I'm putting all the values into the meter. That's why it is 0.140 multiplied by density of the concrete, that is 25. Similarly, second one is waterproofing load. I'm going to consider the 75 mm thick brick bat waterproofing. So I'm going to consider 0.075 mm and the density of the brick, that is 19. Similarly, floor finish load. So I'm going to consider the floor tile thickness of 25 mm and the mortar screed of a 25 mm. So adding of both of them multiply by the density of the concrete, that is 25. And live load I'm going to consider, as it is a hostel building. So I'm going to consider 1 into 4. So adding of all the values going to lead me a total load equals to, that is I'm putting as a W, that equals to 10.18 kilonewton per meter. But for doing the design, we should able to calculate the factor load, or also known as a design load. Calculating the design load, we need to just multiply by 1.5 by the total load. So we are getting a value of 15.27 kilonewton per meter. Now let's calculate the maximum bending moment. So formula for the same is FD into LE square upon 8. So factor load, which we already calculated, LE we already calculated. Just putting the value, I'm going to get 25 kilonewton per meter. But I want all the values into Newton mm. So kilonewton will be converted into Newton, that is 10 raised to 3, and meter is converted into mm, that is again into 10 raised to 3. So become 10 raised to 6. Now check for the depth. So formula is mr equals to 0.134 fck bd square. So just putting the value. So here fck equals to 20 Newton per mm square that we have, that is a grade of a concrete which we already considered. B equals to 1000 mm and Bm max equals to mr. So Bm max we already calculated, just putting the value in the place of mr. So everything is known to me, only D is not known, so I can easily able to calculate the from the equation, and I am getting a value of D equals to 96.58 mm, and that is the D calculated, and what we have already assumed in the first step, that is 120 mm. So D calculated is less than D assumed, so I can say the section is safe in depth to resist the bending. Now calculate the area of the steel. So we have already considered the bar of the die of the bar equals to 10 mm. So formula I am going to use for calculation of AST equals to MR upon 0.81 DE into 0.87 FI, where FI is the grade of the steel. So putting the value, I am getting AST equals to 591.29 mm square. Now that is the total area of the steel required for my design of the slab. Now let's calculate the spacing. So formula for spacing is area of a 1 bar multiplied by 1000 divided by AST. So AST I have already calculated. So I need to able to calculate the area of a 1 bar. So I'm going to use the formula pi d square upon 4. So D is the die of the bar. So just putting is equals to 10. I'm getting 78.5 mm square. Now putting the same into the value, I'm getting total spacing equals to 132.76. So I'm just making as a round figure of 130 mm center to center. There is an important note here. Whenever we are talking about a spacing of the rebars, we should always going to decrease the side, not going to increase. Means if it is 132.76, you're not going to make it as a 135, because if you're going to increase the spacing, you are decreasing the strength. So spacing is the only element in the design which we need to decrease. So now 130 mm we got, but we need to do the check with the IS code reference. So for that we are having two conditions, that is 3DE. So I'm putting the D value equals to 120 mm, so I'm getting 360 mm, and the second condition is 300 mm. So least of both of them, that is 300 mm is the least. So 130 mm is within the maximum permissible spacing. So that's why I'm going to use 130 mm center to center. Now let's calculate the ADST in a similar fashion. So die of the bar I'm considering is as a 8 torr. So formula for ADST is 0.12% of the cross-sectional area. So just putting the same words into the formula. So 0.12 percentage means divided by 100, multiplied by cross-section area means overall depth multiplied by 1 meter width, that is in 1000 mm. So putting the value, I am getting 168 mm square. Similarly, I am going to calculate the spacing. I am getting 299.4 mm. So here I am getting a 299.4 mm. So I'm not going to make it as a 300 mm. I am going to put on the lower side, that is 295 mm center to center. Now let's check whether the spacing which I have derived, it is within the maximum permissible limit with the IS code or not. So for that I am having a two conditions, that is 5DE. So I'm getting 600 mm and second is 500 mm. So least of both of them is 500 mm, and 500 mm is the maximum permissible spacing allowed, and I am only using 295, so it is within the maximum limit. Now schedule and sketch. So once we are able to calculate the design, we just need to put the into the schedule value, and according to we can draw the sketch. If you learn something new in today's video, kindly like and subscribe to our channel for the conceptual and practical knowledge about the construction industry. You can also follow us on the Instagram and Facebook. Link is in the description. See you in the next video.